Have you ever heard the saying that everything you say can come back to haunt you someday? Well, it looks like Diego Pavia is living through that right now. After being released by the Baltimore Ravens, an old comment from the quarterback about Lamar Jackson started going viral again, and his fans talking all over the NFL world. And I'll be honest with you, when I found out what he said in that interview, I understood why so many people were surprised. The most interesting part is that his words took on a completely different meaning after everything that happened recently. And when you look at everything that has unfolded over the past few days, it's easy to understand why this topic is back at the center of conversations among NFL fans. What's up, Flock? My name is Tiago. I'm a Brazilian Ravens fan, and welcome back to Purple Flock TV. I'll be honest with you guys. When a player gets an opportunity in the NFL, the expectation is that he'll at least have some time to prove what he can do. But in Diego Pavia's case, things went in a completely different direction. The quarterback arrived in Baltimore trying to earn a spot on the roster, but he was released before training camp even started, and his time with the team much faster than anyone expected. What makes this situation even more interesting is that Pavia didn't arrive without a resume. In college, he put together an impressive season, gained attention for making big plays, and got on the radar of multiple teams. When the Ravens opened the door for him during minicamp, many people saw it as a real opportunity for him to take the first step toward building his professional career. But the NFL is an extremely competitive environment. Every year, hundreds of players fight for a limited number of roster spots, and every single practice can influence a major decision. Based on what we saw, the Ravens coaching staff decided Pavia wasn't ready to continue with the team. And in my opinion, it shows how small the margin for error is in this league. Sometimes, a player waits years for an opportunity, and it can disappear within a matter of days. Now, this story could have ended right there, as just another case of a player trying to find his place in the NFL. But that's not what happened. After his release, many fans started bringing back an old Diego Pavia interview that had gone unnoticed for months. And once you hear what he said when he was compared to Lamar Jackson and Johnny Manziel, it becomes clear why so many people started talking about this again. After the Ravens announced Diego Pavia's release, many people started going back through old interviews from the quarterback. And that's when one specific moment began circulating again on social media. During the pre-draft process, he was asked a seemingly simple question. Who would he choose between Johnny Manziel and Lamar Jackson? If you follow football, you know Lamar Jackson is not just another player. We're talking about an NFL MVP, one of the most electric athletes in the league, and the face of the Ravens franchise for several years. Because of that, many people expected Pavia to pick one of the two names he was given, but his answer caught everyone off guard. Instead of choosing Manziel or Lamar, Diego Pavia gave a one-word answer. Me. Just one word. And I'll be honest, confidence is something every professional athlete needs. No player reaches the NFL believing they are less talented than everyone around them. The problem comes when that confidence starts being viewed as arrogance, especially when you haven't proven yourself at the professional level yet. That's why the interview gained so much attention after his release. For many fans, the comment didn't age well because it resurfaced at the same moment the Ravens decided not to move forward with him. And while people were debating that bold answer, another question started to emerge. What happened for a player who was so highly regarded in college to fail to convince an NFL team? That's what we're going to break down now. When a team releases a player before training camp even begins, it's impossible not to wonder what led to that decision. In Diego Pavia's case, the Ravens did not provide a detailed explanation. Still, the franchise's choice sent a pretty clear message about how the organization viewed his situation at that moment. It's important to remember that making the final roster of an NFL team is already an incredibly difficult challenge. Every year, talented players fall short of their goal. Even athletes who had outstanding college careers have to prove themselves all over again when they reach the professional level. A great college resume can open doors, but it doesn't guarantee you'll stay inside. In my opinion, a lot of people underestimate that difference. What works in college football doesn't always translate to the NFL. The speed of the game changes, the level of competition rises dramatically, and the pressure increases during every single practice. The Ravens watched Pavia closely during minicamp and decided he wasn't the right option to continue with the team at that point. And here's the interesting part of this story. The decision stands out because we're talking about a player who was putting up impressive numbers in college. When you look at his final season, you understand why so many people believed he had a promising future ahead of him. And those numbers help explain why the expectations around him were so high. Before reaching the NFL, Diego Pavia built one of the most impressive seasons of his college career at Vanderbilt. His performance was so strong that he finished the year as a Heisman Trophy finalist, an award given to the best players in college football. That alone shows how much excitement and expectation surrounded his name. The numbers were impressive as well. Pavia threw for 3,539 yards, recorded 29 touchdowns, and had only 8 interceptions. And as if that wasn't enough, he added another 862 rushing yards and 10 rushing touchdowns. In other words, he was a quarterback who could impact the game both through the air and on the ground. When I look at those numbers, I understand why many fans believed he would receive more opportunities in the NFL. Statistics like those usually catch the attention of scouts and teams around the league. After all, not many quarterbacks can affect the game in so many different ways throughout an entire season. But there's a huge difference between being a college star and becoming an established NFL player. Football history is full of athletes who dominated at the college level, but struggled once they reached the professional game. And that brings us to the biggest question in this entire story. What happens next for Diego Pavia after such a short run with the Ravens?
If you're enjoying this breakdown, smash that like button to help the purple flock grow.
Right now, Diego Pavia finds himself in a difficult position. His time with the Ravens ended quickly, and he is back on the market searching for another opportunity to continue chasing his dream of playing in the NFL. The good news is that his career is still at the beginning, which means another team could decide to give the quarterback a chance. Many players who are now established names in the league also face rejection early in their careers. Some were released, while others moved between multiple teams before finally finding the right environment to develop. That's why being waived doesn't automatically mean the end of the road. In many cases, it's simply another obstacle to overcome. I believe Pavia's biggest challenge now will be proving that he can turn the confidence he showed in interviews into results on the field. Because at the professional level, that's what defines an athlete's future. Words can create headlines, but performances are what earn players a spot on the roster. And maybe that's the biggest lesson from this entire situation. Diego Pavia showed that he believes strongly in his own ability. Now he needs to find a team willing to take a chance on him, and most importantly, prove that he can live up to the expectations. If he does that, this short chapter with the Ravens could end up being remembered as only the beginning of a much bigger journey. Diego Pavia's journey with the Ravens lasted much shorter than he probably imagined. In just a few days, he went from a player trying to earn a spot on the roster to someone searching for his next opportunity in the NFL. And along with his release, that old comment about Lamar Jackson returned to spotlight and reignited a debate many fans thought was already behind them. I'll be honest, confidence is something every quarterback needs to reach the NFL. No athlete gets to this level without believing in their own ability. But professional football can be unforgiving. When the results haven't arrived yet, every bold statement can be viewed in a completely different way by fans and the media. And now I want to hear from you. Was Diego Pavia's answer simply the mindset of a competitor who believes in himself, or did he cross the line by comparing himself to a player like Lamar Jackson? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
And if you're a true Ravens fan and love keeping up with everything happening around the team, don't leave this video without sharing it with a friend who's just as passionate. They're definitely going to enjoy this. See those videos on your screen right now? I picked the first one especially for you, and the other is recommended by YouTube. Go check them out, and I'll see you in the next video.